People's Party CPP amanyokono ura James kwabena bonfe kabila na dodo na atafeno wachesa womo a eka semyamya hodo a yetu galamse no declare state of emergency nyanno ene bema galamse no etu atwa
na ebeko office of special prosecutor edni akasa OSP wachesa enhwema pa beko so mafo wankasa etu fom agudie ehun
National Youth Organizer Edema NPP Amayokono Ayora Salam Mustafa one idea to just say and now democracy habo one demonstration ko ya almost send him a post for achi BAE one say NDC ni bia babontia beka set ye we say NDC for tachiri
na NDC Amayokono so da mirwa deputy director na legal affairs when NDC Amayokono nyamfo baba jaba obechechim number 8 na moda no wo say ehyanko a
National Identification Authority Womo ade atu dwase womo be register nkoda ya ade mfishia edunsia ede kopem eye edunai sanso na eye ECG board chairman wode atu dwase womo omo kirechese se ECG board no ya guru no ehu hia awia nsembika werem ho ne yesire koso ebete semodi asom asomfo mienu eyeme nantenu aba ma me efumwa kafena mene
barma sam kofi Douglas Gidin ansa no
ye jantra kwa ne so aba ne abesom
Sikka FM track 1 ye ne akro no 89.5 e Sikka FM Sikka FM track 1 ye ne akro no 89.5 e Sikka FM
Yes, Suma Santimai. Sikka FM 89.5. Yes, Suma Santimai. Sikka FM 89.5. Yes, Suma Santimai.
Ya Suma Santimai Ghana maye wiase nyina kan wa fei mayengura som no mo ankasai na yemfa ensem no ensom yefrase ewo eye kabila na kachekane twetwefo edema eye CPP amanyokono James Kwabena bonfe ya dodo na afrani kabila ochesa amafo a kekase galamse no baby ayeye bie no aban no declare state of emergency ani ade no wochese enye no ana bema galamse no yetimi etu ase emom asase ade hyehyɛ egu akwemu na afenso kura ye ne kwakwa hodo eka bia ewom na yetsinkum konwa ni edi ho nkomo yie pa ni ehuru ni se adin pa na nam so amafo etufo magude wa bra na mra kwan so wo mu nsuo sa yakwaye sa yasase nyina ese nanso seria wo mu etu etrase de edi ho nkomo nyina wiehwe o mu ejije kira na fa ya penchye papa ya befa so asade yo no ya bebrabra na se nemom se mampani mra bonte me declare state of emergency keke e wo mantama hodo a yetu galamse ni bi wo ho de enye no na ebesi wo ha no anokwan James Kwabena bonfe kabila
one more calls for dear Ben state of emergency there I can tell you said a regime change agenda date na story na me de ma wo no so date I can say there should be a moratorium on mining in Ghana na yenye cost benefit analysis date no 2005 and I can tell you say before that date in November yes our press release we di un komo 2-3 years before na binom me ma me Hana Usu Krantin and Papa Daniel Usu Krantin. No more do come in the 90s. I call underground. Say di from a good dear Kwan Bonnie Yafo too. Now a Hunsu Sanswa Abaya Sunday. May I say you two asia. Let's go to the root of the matter. In Sona Nyaseno and Shasiane. 2015 as a 2016 Ghana Health Service. Certain Professor Binka and another ethical committee no. Omo findings say the mining communities in Ghana no and my one sexual reproductive systems problems about home. And then all area impotent. Nipa one nyina womunya high presence of metal presence. Can press conference. Who was listening? And when we talk about illegal mining, it is not perpetrated by only small scale miners. The big mining companies, some of them are involved. At the heart of this matter, the emergence of possible and potential warlords. Conveniently blame the president. It's convenient, of course. Almost can be because if Oji Assembly now you forget, say there are stakeholders other than the executive powers. And I say wielders of executive power now. I say media gruye no biaba kind of no me no Dr. Obri I think it's with one of the CSIR institutions or setting up the Center for health impact assessment. University of Cape Coast 2006. Koye research environmental impact assessment. He went to do health impact assessment. The report is available. Conservation International. Forest Reserve. There were 26 new species unknown to science found in that forest reserve. We gave it out to be mined by a big mining company. Who's talking about it?
And here, Kani CPP Church for James Kwabena Bonfair, ya do na friend Kabila.
Ma yanko ora samo apia dark no and the Director of Research and Communication, Oko Office of Special Prosecutor, OSP Akachia, no Pedia Bambontin, Wajo Chinsemwa, da ura samo apia dark HSA, Edney Gadam Sewusem Abe who obey Moon, Timofo Jina Caso, at the agency, Sans Origina, or ma attitude, no what says here almost her nothing mapa a son of a tabiano what to sound a modern net miabwa the elegant who's a sabado memo a month now so most man and cry then says yen sonia query to region or nay or most one who send you must be called now her mantem I don't know who the cost or man can moi and yan they say a tray cry they sent you most one now not for money here oh when no Kunas Kunwa Chinisimun and no age medicine quad now as a one Casatun Saturday for Mona to Moshe now I wouldn't Sembia to any wages who or Maimu Krabe, always become Mujme de Quay say, I didn't most modernity one after Moon can be BM or Maimu, yes, you would be a betiaco. And don't pay young say, it's young always from so old medicine qua. Also, would you or Maimu and Shuma per son of Tabia? No be a Musebia or Nipa in Wakahubi or Kahubino, or Monso and Musin Musi and Penino, and Cassa de Oma Afaso. No Bibi or Wakasa, a Kahu, Medimono, Janos of now cry, or Mena for Medi Pacrono Acco, Ancasem for Monzo. The best message, I'm not saying him that said was he did do. The money near new Quamara, Nafi, or Manco Abro, so senior, near a son of a tabia, Nipabia, and Tansa Bonono, or Modern Edino, Nasania, somewhere up here, Darkon, Director of Research and Communication, Oko OSP Akachia, Okasai Ini.
The benefits of mining that you see, those are just that would be for the police and the other agencies. And if so you are right. So what we call, I like to always use the UK language, persons of significant control. If they have shown they have been a new form and say they rather put Kojuman who doesn't have anything as a beneficial, and let's say they have verification, we are where so when you check the form, you realize that it belongs to Kojuman. You can easily tell that Kojuman doesn't have, he can only buy a bicycle. That helps us. We are able to instantly know that maybe something is happening and then try to look for the better. So, in a way, not to take away what's happening, but even us at the OSP, we are doing our investigations into illegal mining separately from the simplicity of somebody has mined without license, somebody has gone into. Those are for the police to be dealing with. Ours takes a bit of time because we need to be doing around to be sure that money exchange hands before the person going to the field.
Director of Research and Communication, Oko Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP Akachia, Ura Samo, Apia Darkonatenica, Urgenesia, Wanga Service or Moya Nafe, Bia, if no good to one family to be a Merena Mapa Akoso, now Madame Edino.
Yanto Cassiano Asway, na Minguran Fufro Emo. Africa Center for Energy Policy, ASEP, Omri Ababetu just ECG, Edumako board, or one touch and a say good board, no one yaduma Sumbia. ASEP for actually say, one to ECG, a board with one ECG can, or Brigu or mate so sa. Come qua. One Fimpino any dun so ASEP say. ECG boka 295 million Ghana cedis. As well, afin pino any adionum 2022. Ekani huri kwansoro pompomfe. Eko kodu 9.7 billion Ghana cedis nti. Board no wa munya dwuma bia ho enti yengu no. Na asemi ena aya boche no ECG boche. Aye wa lawyer ni Efutumra hebedwani enono Alexander Afenyo Kense wababeyi esefo ano sense ma esefo kano enim bia na se ECG breaker board di eguno wose sese wani aka bi ewom awo ya nyina mkania ho nsam nyina ehia stakeholders ni hia na womo edi enkomo ehunu kwan ya ombefa so a saaka bebrebe no ECG abure no saaka no obetimi asia no so omo sika no omuntumi nyigi akwan be na ECG befa so omba yigi omusika no omo ja so omo breka edi agu omo etizo na se egu board no de wani esefo ya adwene a enye ye da biara da wade nsem nyina to dwa wabra na pani afei onu no oba behwe kire sa ECG managing director sansa Samuel Dubike Mahama se wontimi nya dwuma biem nya bibia nya obia na atata no onu a no wontimi nya biem enti sesei no obi a oba behwe kire sa managing director ade ema ECG adwumako no owura David Asamoah bra enra na yebo de din sa adwuma na hensa no na ononyafo Alexander Afenyo Mackenzie edin semi etun sentwefo nim.
This emergency meeting was the first meeting of the board. When we were sworn in, it was a familiarization. All right, this is the first meeting of the board. So I think that that's a misplaced position taken by him. However, I accept the fact that we must place our shoulders to the wheel for reforms. I mean, from outside and coming in. I think that ECG can be very efficient if we subject ourselves to reform. And reform would involve engaging all stakeholders internally and communicating these to the external stakeholders. So it's an all-inclusive matter. And I don't want this blame game approach that we are blaming the public and the public is also blaming us.
Honorable Alexander Afenyo Mackenzie just said, what TB? Onanso what TB? One in them what it here? Some for ka sa kani ECG boss and China for my mechanic paho. Some Dubik Mahama what in a Jumatu or the idea. Dum so kuebe kugana. Nyasam ketosio and yano cre. Dubik equal dum so me kubia krumha. One by a Juma said Moyano yentie.
The board has received the support of management in its decision, and we're here to assure you that the fact that we have had changes in management will not mean that you're going to have some interrupted power supply. The entire system of the company is in place, and the company will continue to provide the essential services that it provides for Ghanaians and the country.
Eliati ye ayabo chairman Adema ECG Futu Mrashe Bedwani Honorable Alexander Afenyo Mackenzie.
Ma yanko ndisi abanyeko ndabiti director ma legal affairs ko ndisi abanyeko ma nyamfo abaja ban wajo chisi mahudo gina ndigina ballot wonse se ko so na yisi ehwe na obibia a opese aja okura oban mu na fo be Ghana mampani no o se edu apato da no ayi hu bia obeda de se ntie ne ballot be ko so ansakra anafe yedu wato sa ballot paper so na no na konya sonko ba ma ndisi amayeku a ono ekonya ema no de to so enwotwe as 8 position ana mokoda ye na sa 8 position ba ye mafo gina kasa ho as na ndisi amayeku de 8 position ene se mawe ene se nya de se kura ba kura matumi edi nkunimbo mu na sa semi enne nemu a na ndisi amayeku sihwe onu se bia amayeku kura che se breaking the 8 so 118 enu ya breaki ene hu se ma ba na mafo bebre no ande hu nchi mu de ba enu kam me ma deputy director so ko legal affairs opini anya konya sonko baba jama jese age no ayakoda no nkunimdie mapa na ebe yakache de no ko de tukuru ho ema kuru ho enfatum bebre se ni obebi mu akobi chapter 8 verse 8 no a se kan bebre e de fa se age na ga se yeda no nkunimdie nko a na nya de so metu ayenhwe ha sa ba mponi etimu na Ghana mampani na adan ko kufa de kwadi adimu odi akodu mu ndabi de nyina ya de ase nkunimdie mapa no eba edunti mafo nyina entami kuchise age no modane de eyenkunimdie ene wankasa edie.
Baby, when I say Bible for Akata, only the significance of it, I will Bible. 8 Nidinahoma and Kunimdi, Edinahoma and Koso, Edinahose ED. Bible researchers Akata. Woman Munum Chinese numerology, 8, Omunum say Edinahoma victory. Now, near one is over Quran more. Chapter 8 of the Quran, verse 8, Ediana, Nankubonka Chapter 8, verse 8, chapter near friend of Surah to Anfa. that Suratul Anfal, no, chapter 8, verse 8, no, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. يحق الحق ويبطل الباطل ولو كره الكافرون. Again, we are sitting there or say, Onunyankopon chapter 8, verse 8, no, Oba be dan crazy, Oba be confirm no kure, Oba be man kure ejina nanso. Na wama entro wa say entro even the criminals at therefore omo pen kura cause omo mpo Onunyankopon Oba be no. And this all share and this is the situation now. We dikan do mahama entro muchegunu so in some kafa no akoko to nine wo Dubai eba Sikka pamano ka insembebre Yankopon say John Mahama no kure no de bedi o man ni ma o di 40 billion e peja o man ko dum pempenzo bi no oni Yankopon ma masa no kure ne de sale kufuado any MPP vote ku John Mahama to no oni Yankopon ba be say sandron na o ka any de kwan so o say atofo ni pabone fo mu po mu mbo oni Yankopon ko be yesa yehu za number 8 verse 8 na say yes Yankopon e ba be ma sentence ni bi adedi en to bi o ye NDC no tie mi no obi o do Ghana o say Yankopon na yi 8 no ba ya so apo ye 8
Okay, where dear asem no waka de tiawa we wanya nyanwamu bia no mu bia ye omo de mu yi kon Yakopon heda no so da bi munko yi wanka so bi nko yi 1 afi bi nko yi 5 ne de sama obi da bi enipa woti ni ken eye odunyafo baba Jamaa Deputy Director awkwandi chamanye kuma Legal Affairs no je chimse answape we no swapping emuno nko a
Yantua kasere so mesome ko NPP amayoko ni mu na mabrudo afrafo de ma amayoko no eyewura Salam Mustafa wo chese NDC for where nano democracy habo demonstration e ko enye democracy habo for e ko NDC for e ko NDC for te chire patwo na wo mokoko yesa demonstration wo chese hwe niema pa democracy habo foi wo mokoye ye 37 run about hono mo ne wo mo tetete MPP for niema wo ho nwum nyina tugu ye wo mo sese eye billboards esisi wono mu nyina mo posters no mo banners mo tete ni nyina tugu ye ne on blocky roads nyina bi mu tutu apose foki nyina de dwane ye nyina da want to say NDC bia babonten abeka setia da eno ana Salam chese wate ase ni nyina ne se eye NDC for na touch enti the democracy hub for koye no eye NDC for the NDC for na soma wo mo NDC for pe enti na wo bia mamonten emeka sentia ye no yenti se the Salam Mustafa ekasai
no one supports structure of our water bodies nobody that opinion who are officers so and not me it is a demonstration that I think has some benefit you know you don't hide behind this rather with ill motive and misbehave no and behind the scenes a lot of people are also working to ensure that these issues are dealt with behind the scenes so let's not take it for granted at all let's not so that next time there's Salam and they'll be declared. If I misbehave, it let me stay within the confines of the law because maybe I will right and then maybe a shot here. We all have rights in this country. The way yours ends is where mine begins, and we are protecting our rights in this country as well. But politicians are shot here. Only NDC for a shot. So yeah, two big political parties and I haven't seen any condemnation from the NDC, not one condemning action. I haven't seen even back condemnation. Oh, this should not be the way a democracy. No, not one. In fact, yesterday, John Dramani Mahama made a post in support of these hooligans, of these miscreants, of these barbarians on the streets. John Dramani Mahama also supporting them. That's how sad the situation is. The former president, happy said, or bet you post say or supporting woman. My before he said, we more or say Yamano, or now, or my beginning that again say, or no dear, or the voting or be supporting say you're politically motivated. What else can it be? These are the kind of dangerous people we have grown in this country. They're masquerading as politicians, or minor, because my before is
eni ati mabrudo amfrafo de ma NPP amayoko no Salam Mustafa
ba yemfrim na fe yenko Ghana card won senseb na National Identification Authority NIA anisia mo ka je Ghana fogina as Ghana card registration no sia de obhase na nyame adoma abosumi be wuro mu ne de to so enso wa free mu ana sa adwuma de we ebeba so na wa sha de ma fra obanya mfihye nsia de kosi ne du 9 so na de o kan nyina de se ye mo fra wonya mfihye nsia de kosi ne du nanso 6 years to 14 years no wom ana hoye sa Ghana card registration no ediam wom na wonya onya mfihia edunum no ede kwagina obi anya Ghana card insa Ghana card we ombe yam ofagina no obi a ese ode ne ba bekobi na enyanze we ebeyi ne ma afrimu na wose obi anso ma nani ekon fi se we eya ade ebeboa na didiu ne se Ghana card no nkura bia nyane se ade bia hia na fata bia se de Ghana card edi djuma wo memu no obetimi enya sa akonya no se bia obu ho obekwe akora bi oso kuta bi obeso oto chip bi na oyisu kura na Ghana card bibi obeso de bia mpemfo kwa ni kuta Ghana card eno so ko mangia Ghana card ni busa wo na sa de we eya hyeso kwa Ghana ban ani abre wo ho se wo bia benya Ghana card na Ghana ni bia nso nya bi wo ma won ko fa man so me Ghana ni bia nso benya Ghana card ni bintie nei de ebe ko so nyame aduma 7 October no we hyeso kwa mpemfo aye de ama na mre kwa so opini opini ba kwa ni din ede Alfred Gazari odon ye deputy director of operations oko NIA onya akoya zinkunu aje James we bo bia nyi ne ho mfimfiri mu fihensia de kopin de do nice ana ya mo wo mu
16 to 14 years old nationwide from October to March 2024. Please take note of the date. The plan is to start from October this year 2024 to 2025 March. From the 7th of October, as I mentioned earlier, the authority aims to commence the final phase of the registration for the Ghana card, which is the 6 to 14 years old. And this exercise is being done in collaboration with the National Health Insurance Authority. The plan is we are going to have the registration in 170 operational districts across the country or nationwide. And these are the districts that we are going to operate from the 7th of October up to March for the first phase are the same districts that the National Health Insurance Authority also have staff, and because we are going to use their staff in addition to our temporary staff that we're going to deploy for the exercise. So for the first phase, it is going to be districts that we have staff of health insurance operating, and then we augment their numbers with temporary staff from NIA. That will be the first phase. The strategy is to register children who are in school or housed in homes, children homes, or children who are housed where it is recognizable for us to do the registration. I'm saying recognizable in the sense that we don't just move to any place at all and then start registration. What we do is to identify the place that it is suitable enough for registration. We give that place or that center a center number, and then we gazette that center number to make it legal before we can go there to do registration. So all the schools that we are going in to do registration, they've all been given center numbers, and then those center numbers have been gazetted before we can go in. That's the legal framework that we are looking at.
The party in Kane, Alfred Gazari, Odon Deputy Director of Operations, Oko National Education Authority, NIA, Ote de Car when she was in Quadame, Ghana card no one to be a said about Fabric Mia conventions here to copy it to at 9 so 7th October, a free way, most me be with me, Rabbi Sanchi, Egua, a bit Mia Buapa. We and share Ghana buying a DC when it's your monster say Ghana card registration will be a benny.
Kasi abonasi yade na siane man newsroom adwumayefo Kwame Oforia Boaje
Sikka FM
wabo adwumaden ye reporters nyina so wo mabo adwumaden ye some for your falase na kwaji abo akra 95 years awon kita poma technicians no daddy boat ene de e hyase ye bewie ya na ya zo enso abesoma wode aba bewie akenkan fo ne ye me mrantie nua ba ma me efomwa kafena mene
Barmasam Kofi Douglas Jidin and San go.
Yeah, technician daddy boat say happy birthday to Tommy Thomas. Obo adwuma pa. Ai woni ne kwa sorry. Enti Tommy efrimi ankasa me ho. Me ne daddy boat.